for a while, you saw last week that I posted a video on the BF Goodrich 35 inches tire that will go on my truck, on my F-150. And today what I'm showing you is on what wheel I will mount those tires. These Helo model 878 matte black are 18 inches high by 9 inches wide, so it will be a perfect fit for my BF Goodrich K02. I shot a while before choosing these wheels because I was not sure what look I was aiming for and what color was the best for matching the look of my truck. I finally stopped my searching when I found these wheels. Obviously I was looking for something budget friendly because I didn't want to pay $600 or $700 a wheel. But while I have a naked wheel on my hand, I thought, why not showing people how to measure a wheel the right way? Because when you're searching for a used wheel on internet, Craigslist, Kijiji, name it, all these websites, most people don't even know what size of wheel they have. And what I mean by that, these are 18 inches tall, and this is pretty much the only information that people are putting in the description when they are selling wheel, simply because they don't know how to measure a wheel. But it can make a big difference on the sale when you put all the information that you can possibly add in the description, so at least you won't get random calls from people asking what bowl pattern, what offset and stuff like that. If you put all the information in the description. So today I will show you how to measure a wheel in every way possible. As I said, this wheel is naked, but you can take the same measurement even when the tire is on. And I will show you how to do it right now. And the first thing to do is to put the wheel face down on a safe surface. I am on cardboard, so there's no danger that will scratch the wheel, but if you are on concrete, on hard floor, you better put a rug or something underneath if you don't have a tire on it, because you will scratch the wheel. You will need something to measure the wheel, and you will need a straight stick. It can be from plastic, from metal, but if you take something from metal, you might risk scratching the wheels. And you need to cut it or to have a stick long enough to cover the entire surface of the rim, so you can take the right measurement. You can't take a stick too long, because if you have a tire mount on the wheel, the stick will sit on the tire on the side instead of the rim, and you won't have the right measurement. But let's put the stick on the side for now and take our tape. A lot of people will think that the size of the wheel is from here, but no, as you see, or I will put that in the right way, as you see here I have 19 and 5/8, while in reality this wheel is 18 inches wide. The reason is the size is measured at the drum and not at the lip, because our tire, or the tire that will fit on it, need to be sitting on the drum, because if it is the same size as the lip, it won't fit the rim at all. So to measure it, because I don't have the right tool to take the drum, you can just simply, we'll put the number in the right way, you can just simply put your tape this way inside, and we can already see that it's way too big for a 17 inches. And we can easily assume that the thickness of the rim is about 1/8, which in this case will be very logic that it will be a 18 inches rim. Of course, there's some size, half size, like 0.5, something like that. It might be a bit tricky, but a standard wheel will have a straight number, like 16, 17, 18, 19 inches, sorry. So this way we can measure the height of the rim, which is a 18 inches rim. If I go on the other side, let me put this wheel on the other side. Here again, you cannot measure the lip from the lip outside because that measurement will be wrong. As I said, this rim is a 9 inches wide. While here, if I go outside from outside, it's giving me 10 inches, which is not the right measurement. To measure the wheel, it's also you also need to measure the inside of the lip to the other inside of the lip. So if I put my tape here, we can see that it gave us 9 inches. So we already know that the wheel is 18 inches high by 9 inches wide. So let's put it back face down. Now for the bolt pattern. A lot of people don't even know what a bolt pattern is. It is the measurement between the two holes that have the larger distance between them. Not actually between them, but from center to center. In this case, it's very easy because it's a 6-hole rim, so any measurement will be the same. But in the case of a 5-hole rim, you will need to take the measurement from the center of the hole to the other center of the hole, which has the greater distance between them. If you have a 4-bolt or 4-hole rim, it's also the same thing. You will have the same measurement from a hole to another since it's a cross. So in this case, this rim is a 6 by 135 bolt pattern. That means I have 6 hole or 6 stud or 6 bolt by 135 millimeter between the center of the hole to the center of the opposite hole. So let's take this measurement, and I know it's confusing because I gave you some measurement in millimeters, some other in inches, and it is the way they put that. Some website will convert the measurement like 4.5 inches, stuff like that, but most of them will give you the measurement in millimeter. The offset, the bolt pattern, so it's easier to go a millimeter from there. So if I take the measurement, and let's just start at 10 because the hand of the tape might be confusing. There's a little loose in there, it's thicker than a millimeter. So if we start at 10, we put the 10 right in the middle. So if we go at the other end, we got 100 millimeter here, 110, 20, 30, 35 is right in the middle of the other hole. So we already know now that it is a 6 by 135 bolt pattern. Now we need to measure the core, because even if you have the same bolt pattern on different vehicles, that doesn't mean the bore or the center bore will fit on the hub of your other vehicle. So to measure that, it's also the inside. We will go from 10 as well, and to give you the center line, you can align your tape in the center of this hole and the center of this hole, so it will be easier to put your tape centered in the hole. So now I am at 10, and this wheel is supposed to be 87.1. This is pretty accurate. With this tape, I won't be able to see 87.1, but let's see what we have. So my 10 is at the line. So here we are at 80, 85 plus 2 millimeters. So I can see that now I am at 87, and obviously splitting 1 millimeter 10 times, it's almost microscopic, so I can tell right now that it is 87 for sure. So I can assume that the 87.1 millimeter is the right size that it's mentioned in the description of the wheel. So now we have the height, we have the width, we have the bolt pattern, we have the center bore. The only thing left to measure is the back spacing or the offset. That's where our stick is getting in play. So you set your stick on the lip of the wheel, and to know the back spacing is the distance between where the wheel is sitting on the hub to the outside of the wheel, which is in this case our stick. In this case you don't want to be right in the hole because your tape won't sit at the right position. In millimeter we have I don't want to hide the camera, so let's hold the stick with the other hand. I have 115, so 115 millimeter. So the back spacing for this wheel is 115 millimeter. So now that we have our 115 millimeter back spacing, we still need one measurement before we can know the offset of this wheel, and it is the total width of the wheel. So let's measure it right now. I could put my tape on the floor through the hole of the wheel and measure it with my stick, but the problem is, sorry about that, my cardboard box is not perfectly straight, so I would not have the right measurement. So I will go outside of the rim for this one. So here I have 254 millimeter of total width. If we divide this, I don't need that anymore. If we divide this number by 2, it gave us 127 millimeter. That will be the center of the wheel. So if we take the center of our wheel, the 0 point, which is 127 millimeter, and we take 115 millimeter off this measurement, we obtain 12. So our offset will be 12 millimeter. So from there we can know if it is a positive or negative offset. If you look at the illustration, if your wheel is pushed inward or toward the vehicle, it is a positive offset. The opposite, if your wheel is thrown outside of the vehicle, it is a negative offset. Therefore, this will have a negative offset of 12 millimeter. So this is how you measure a wheel. It seems very complicated, but if you do it slowly and pay attention and take the right measurement, it's very simple. You can write everything down on the paper instead of memorizing the measurements, so you won't make a mistake, and you will have the right measurement for your wheel. So if you want to buy a wheel that fits your vehicle, the same measurement will apply. And it is the same process if you want to sell wheels. If you put all these information in your description or the description of the wheel you want to sell, it will be way more accurate for the buyer to know if the wheel fit on his truck, instead of just saying in your description, this will fit a Dodge Ram 1987 as an example. So you won't have random call asking on what vehicle was it, do you think it fit my vehicle? If you go on the website tiresize.com and enter your information or the information of your wheel, you will have a list of every vehicle that your wheel will fit on. So you can also put that in your description. So that was how you measure a wheel, and as I was saying, you can take all these measurements even if there is a tire mounted to the wheel. At the exception of the full width of the rim, like I did by the outside, you will need to use a stick, but this time underneath the rim, so it rises the rim and the tire don't hit the ground. So after that, you'll be able to just put your tape in the hole of the wheel and put your stick on top of your rim, and you will have the right measurement or the right width of your wheel without having to mess around with special tools. I hope it's helped. If you have any question, as usual, post them in the comment section below and I will answer to all of them as soon as possible. This will be it for now. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you will be notified as soon as I will release the next video on my truck, which will be the installation of these wheels with the tire with the BF Goodrich K02 on my F-150. So on this, I wish everybody a great day and see you later.